I grew up always feeling like I was in the background of my own family. My mother always favored my younger brother, Jake. Ever since we were kids, it was obvious. He got the best toys, the biggest slice of cake, and the most affection. At first, I thought I was just imagining it, but as I got older, the favoritism became undeniable. Jake was the golden child. When he failed a class, Mom blamed the teacher. When I got straight A's, she barely acknowledged it. If I spoke up, I was jealous or ungrateful. It only got worse as we grew up. My mom would help Jake pay for things, his car, his rent, even his vacations, while I was left to fend for myself. I had to take out loans for college, work 2 jobs, and scrape by, while Jake got everything handed to him. Even when he got in trouble, my mom would make excuses. "He's just struggling," she'd say. "You don't understand. You're stronger than he is." I stopped expecting fairness a long time ago. A few weeks ago, my mom called me out of the blue. I thought she just wanted to chat, maybe a rare moment of motherly love. But instead, she told me she was struggling financially. She had some medical bills and needed help paying rent. Now, keep in mind, she has never helped me financially, not once. When I was drowning in student debt, when I was eating ramen every night to make ends meet, she didn't care. But now she needed money? I asked. "What about Jake?" She sighed and said, "Jake's going through a tough time right now. You know how he is. He just lost his job and he's really stressed. I don't want to put pressure on him." I almost laughed. Jake lost his job because he never took work seriously. He blew his money on expensive gaming consoles and partying. And now, once again, my mom was protecting him, shielding him from consequences, while expecting me to be the responsible one. I finally snapped. "Mom, I'm not your backup plan. You spent my whole life putting Jake first, making sure he had everything while I had to struggle. Well, now it's his turn. If you need help, ask your favorite child." There was a long silence on the phone. Then she gasped like I had just slapped her. "How dare you say that to me?" she said, her voice shaking. "I'm your mother. You should help me. I raised you." I took a deep breath and said, "No, Mom. You raised Jake. I raised myself." And I hung up. Since then, my phone has been blowing up with messages from my mom and some family members. Some of them say I was too harsh. Others say I was just speaking the truth. Jake, of course, hasn't reached out. He probably doesn't even know what's happening. I feel guilty, but at the same time, I feel relieved. Like I finally stood up for myself after years of being second place in my own mother's eyes. But now I have to ask, should I feel guilty for telling my mom to ask her golden child for help instead of me?